What the crap? When I started solving Rubik's Cubes almost 10 years ago, I posted a few tutorials on YouTube, and it's time we revisit that. So this is going to be the 1x1x100 Rubik's Cube tutorial, because somebody has to make it. Before we solve it, we need to scramble it. Duh. Let's head over here. So coming over to the computer, we're going to head to canyonscubes.com. There's everything there. We're going to go over to the 1x1x100 Scramble Generator. And then we're going to click Generate Moves. Boom. Now we have a scramble. Back to the 1x1x100. And here we go. D prime, D, nothing, D2, D, and D. So now that it's scrambled, we can start solving it, and I can show you guys how that works. So first up, we have yellow on bottom here. I actually want to solve white first to make things simple for the tutorial. Technically we can do yellow, but that's a little bit more of an advanced technique. So we're going to get white on bottom here. We'll just do a simple F move, an F2, my apologies. And that is going to get, what the crap? Anyways, minor inconvenience. If you're familiar with Rubik's Cubes, you know that a lot of puzzles are solved layer by layer. This one is no different. All that means is that instead of solving one color at a time, we're actually just going to be solving this cube one layer at a time. That breaks things down into a more simple process. Starting out, we're always going to solve the second piece because the second piece is easier than the first piece. And that helps for beginners. So we're always going to solve green. If advanced cubers might understand why a little bit more, but we don't need to worry about that here. So we're going to twist the cube clockwise until the green face is up. This is very important, arguably the most important step. From there, we'll actually go back to this first piece. This first piece is a bit more complex because it actually has 5 colors. So the first piece we're going to turn counterclockwise until green is face up. 2 times. In this case, it took 3 turns, and now we have green facing up. Now we're going to be on to the third layer. The third layer is going to be similar to the second layer, and we are going to turn clockwise until green is face up. Now you can see all 3 of these pieces have solved. We are well on our way to finishing this puzzle. The fourth piece, once again, is going to be similar to the first piece where we turn counterclockwise. It's a small optimal thing for the solving process later on. But anyways, so we're going to turn this piece counterclockwise until green is face up. And then we're going to proceed to do this until we are halfway done with the puzzle. It's really important that we stop at halfway and move on to the next method. So we're actually going to count. So we're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 49, and 50. Once you're 50 pieces in, you've had enough time to look ahead and move on to a slightly more advanced and faster method for the last half. For the last half, we're actually going to take the piece and we're going to do something called tracing. This is where we see where the green piece is, if it's on the left side, the right side, or the bottom. And we're actually going to find the most optimal move. So in this case, it's already solved, so we get to move on. It's free. In this case, it's on the back, so we're going to do something called a double move. This is where we turn it twice, and that's the most optimal solution. This time, it's on the left. Because it's on the left, we'll do a clockwise move. Clockwise. These next 2 are also on the left. We can actually solve them together. This is a good time save and really important for setting records. These next 3 are on the back, so we're also going to do a double move. 3 at once is a little too complex for a beginner tutorial, so we're actually going to do 2 at once, and then we're going to do the next piece. This next piece, moving on, the green is actually on the right once we do the tracing. Because it's on the right, we're going to do a counterclockwise move, and that will be what solves this most efficiently. So we're going to continue in that manner, solving clockwise, counterclockwise. We have a huge skip here. This is like a lucky Minecraft speedrun type skip. We have a counterclockwise, a clockwise, double counterclockwise, clockwise, a double move, and then finishing off the solve, we have a double move. And that is how you solve the 1x1x100.